Hi and welcome to this Key Learning Initiative video. Today's topic is simplifying ratios. Before we get started, please like and share, and if you haven't already, join my channel, so subscribe so that you can get more and more content. But let's get going with today's topic, simplifying ratios. There are three different types of simplification. The first type is HCF, or highest common factor. The second type is when we have decimals, and the third type is when we're working with fractions. The three different types. Let's look at our first type, highest common factor. The way we do it is to calculate the highest common factor for all the parts of the ratio and divide each term by that number. So let's put that into practice. Here's example 1. We have 8 to 12. Our first step, what is the highest common factor for 8 and 12? Hopefully you can see that the highest common factor is 4. And so we divide 4 into 8 and it goes twice, and 4 into 12 goes 3 times. And so when we simplify 8 to 12, it becomes 2 to 3. Example 2. 10 to 12 to 6. Again, our first question, what is your highest common factor for 10, 12, and 6? Hopefully you can see that it's 2. And so, 2 into 10 goes 5 times, 2 into 12 goes 6 times, and 2 into 6 goes 3 times. And so when we've simplified 10 to 12 to 6, it becomes 5 to 6 to 3. And that's using your highest common factor. Our second type is when we have decimals in our ratios. Here we multiply each part of the ratio by 10. If there's still a decimal, then you multiply each one again by 10, and you carry on multiplying each one by 10 until there are no more decimals. Once you've done that, you see if there's an HCF, and you simplify using your highest common factor. So let's put that into practice. Here's example 3. 0,7 to 3. So we can see straight away it's a decimal, and we multiply each one by 10. So 0,7 times 10 gives me 7, and 3 times 10 gives me 30. Now we look at them again. 7 to 30, no more decimals. Okay, then we simplify with the HCF if possible. So the HCF for 7 and 30, hopefully you can see that it's 1. And because it's 1, we cannot simplify 7 to 30 any further. So let's look at example 4. 0,6 to 0,08. Alright, they're decimals. So we multiply each side, or each part of it, by 10. And so we get 6 to 0,8. Again, we still have a decimal on the right hand side, so we multiply by 10 again, and we get 60 to 8. No more decimals. Now we see if we can figure out the highest common factor. And so the highest common factor for 60 and 8, hopefully you can see that it's 4. What do I do then? I take my 4 and I divide it into both parts of my ratio. 60 divided by 4 is 15, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. And so my new ratio, or my simplified ratio, is 15 to 2. The third type of ratios that we need to simplify is fractions. So if we have fractions, calculate the LCD, or lowest common denominator, of all the fractions, then multiply each part of the ratio by that number, or the LCD. Simplify with the HCF if possible. Let's put that into practice. Example 5. We have a half to 2/3. Now, for fractions, the first question I ask, is what is the LCD. So the LCD for 2 and 3, and that'll give me 6. Now I multiply each fraction by 6 or 6 over 1. So a half times 6 over 1, 2/3 times 6 over 1. And now I cross cancel. 2 goes there once and 2 goes there 3 times. On the right hand side, 3 goes there once and 3 goes there twice. And so now I've cancelled everything. If I look in my denominators, everything is a 1. That's because we've multiplied by the LCD. If they're not all 1s, you've either made a mistake or you've got your LCD wrong. Anyway, let's carry on. 1 times 3 is 3 and 2 times 2 is 4. So we have our new ratio 3 to 4. Now we check 3 and 4. What is my highest common factor? It's just 1, and so I can't simplify any further. A half to 2/3 fully simplified is 3 to 4. Let's look at our last example, example 6. 1 1/4 to 2/5. So how do we proceed now? Well, we first have to change to improper fractions. That means that I have 5 over 4 to 2 over 5. Whenever I have mixed numbers, I have to change my fractions to improper fractions. Once I've done that, now I look at my LCD. So my denominators are 4 and 5, and so my LCD is 20. That means that I multiply each fraction by 20 or 20 over 1. And that gives me 5 over 4 times 20 over 1. And then on the right hand side, 2 over 5 times 20 over 1. Let's cancel. 4 goes into 4 once, and 4 goes into 20 5 times. Then on the right hand side, 5 goes into 5 once, and 5 goes into 20 4 times. I check my denominators, everything's 1, so I'm sorted. Now unfortunately I can't fit it on the bottom as you should. I'm going to move just to the right hand side. So 5 times 5 is 25. 2 times 4 is 8. Now, is there a highest common factor for 25 and 8? No, there isn't. Well, there's a highest common factor of 1, and so my ratio is fully simplified at 25 to 8. And so thank you for watching this Key Learning Initiative video on simplifying ratios. I hope they've been helpful. Please like and share and join my channel, or subscribe to it if you haven't already, so I can make more and more content available to you. Have a great day and good luck with your studying.